Looks like a spaceship landed, doesn't it, in the, in the background there. Looks fabulous. I'm sure it will be when it's finished. Women's 100 metres, Deja Stevens goes in lane 1, the 30-year-old. Don't get to see her too often on the Diamond League circuit. Brie Rizzo, the Australian, and like the South Africans, already had a big season, equalled her personal best in Perth at the Australian Championships, where she finished 3rd. And again, a couple of Americans we don't see loads of necessarily, but Cabrera Sturgis is going to be in lane 3. Is in pretty good form, 10.98. That's her quickest for 3 years. That was in the States earlier this month. And then Celera Barnes had a great indoor season last year. She was actually 3rd in the Diamond League in Doha at the beginning of last season, looking to get the Diamond League season off to a good start here. Won the national championships at 60 metres indoors, so no doubt Barnes will get out quickly. Not sure what to expect from Shericka Jackson, the great world champion. Not sure she's yet in the sort of form where we haven't seen her over 100 metres yet this season. As such, she was 2nd in the Diamond League in China, over 200. And then Zoe Hobbs, we've got 3 or 4 people here who are at the World Indoors. Zoe Hobbs, one of them, the New Zealander, was 6th in the final there. Again, had a very good indoor season. Maya McCoy, well, she took a chance, won the kind of international race in Doha before the Diamond League. Then we had a withdrawal, and she had got to race twice there and is in good form. It says Liberia, I'm told, I think that she's going to go back to running for the USA, or wants to. She accepted the chance to run for Liberia, but now wants to go back on that, getting close to 11 seconds. Now Jaisha Sears, watch out for her, again another great indoor runner. Sadly, injury last year after running 10.77 early in the year meant that we didn't see the best of her for the rest of 24. And then Rani Rosius of Belgium in lane 9. So the quick starters, you've got Sears in 8. Can she turn that into a big 100 metres here? Zoe Hobbs gets out quickly as well. Barnes the same. What are we going to see from Shericka Jackson right in the middle? The biggest name in this 100 metres, but is she going to be quick enough at this stage of her season? And what about McCoy? New name on the circuit to many, and her chance to show what she can do in this sort of...
Greetings everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So guys, something is happening in Jamaica, sprinting that the world may be underestimating. The question is no longer simply whether Jamaican can compete with America. The bigger question is this: what if Jamaica is quietly preparing another generation that could shock the sprinting world? So guys, I want you to watch this video until the end, then I'll come back with more comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video to their loved ones. Thank you.
So Jackson right in the middle, in lane 5. Barnes and Sturgis are the 2 Americans in 4 and 3 next to her. Hobbs in the yellow, then McCoy, Jaisha Sears and Rosius closest to the camera. Women's 100 metres. Oh, a really good start from Barnes, and Sturgis got away quickly as well, and these two with half yard, although Barnes is beginning to go back. Shericka Jackson coming through the middle. Jaisha Sears is going to be close as well. It's going to be tight on the line. Jackson might just get there. She does. McCoy storms through for 2nd. Well, we said we weren't sure what to expect from Shericka Jackson, and it's good to see. We want our big stars coming and running well. She doesn't look too happy, does she? But that was an emphatic win in the end. Not super quick. It's a warm evening here and a little breeze behind the sprinters, but 11.04, a good start for Jackson. 2-3 others got out of the blocks better, but by 50 metres she was certainly co-leading and then went on to take it, Tim.
Yeah, she did. I mean, actually a brilliant start, and you called it, from Celera Barnes. Look there in the headband, 4th from right, but it's almost like she just lost her rhythm there, and the power of Shericka Jackson. She carried on accelerating. They hit their top speed at around 70 metres, these sprinters. She just holds her form there. Look at that really symmetrical, beautiful looking balance. And coming through strongly on the near side, McCoy in the all black does well there, just easing out Jacia Sears, who takes a third spot, a season's best for her, the same as the winner Shericka Jackson. But yeah, Shericka Jackson very, very sober, Steve. I think she probably knows full well that there's a bigger fish to be caught later in the season, much bigger fish.
I think she'll be pleased with that, whatever cool demeanour she's keeping. You know, there's some good people here running well, and for Jackson, 100 metres this
100 metres, the final track event of the evening, and there's one good reason why they've left it to last, because in lane 5 is one of the great Polish heroines, Ewa Swoboda, former European indoor champion. Posters everywhere, massive posters of her everywhere across the city of Katowice. She's right in the middle of the 9 athletes as well. They've set it up for her. Jenna Prandini, well, she's a great 200 metre runner, has a best of 10.9, the American. Hasn't had a vintage season by her standards. 7th in the London Diamond League before the games, hasn't raced since then. Natasha Morrison of Jamaica, 11-1 this year, but she's a 10.85 athlete. Bas Bitaye of Gambia, she goes in lane 3. Semi-finalist in the Olympic Games at 200 metres. Then Tamari Davis, 2nd in Lausanne and 2nd in Monaco just before the game. She's a very consistent racer as the 21-year-old American. Best of 10.8. Yeah, and there is Swoboda. How they love her. Silver medalist at the World Indoors in Glasgow back in March, behind Julian Alfred. And that wasn't a bad person to lose to, seeing as Alfred went on to become Olympic champion. Marie-Josée Talou Smith of the Côte d'Ivoire, I'm sure she races more than anybody on the whole circuit. A prolific racer, 4th in Lausanne, 11.07. Still in good form, the 35-year-old. Daryl Neta of Great Britain, 4th in the Olympic 100, 5th in the 200. So frustrated with those, although she got a silver from the sprint relay. Tia Clayton, 7th in the Olympic Games, the Jamaican silver medalist, only a youngster, just 20 years old. And Patricia van der Weken of Luxembourg completes the lineup. She's a late addition, I think, because when I travelled here a couple of days ago, I was chatting to a certain Dina Asher-Smith at the airport as we were waiting for our bags. Dina announced yesterday she was pulling out of this meeting. I'm not sure if she's felt a niggle or if she's just not feeling 100%, but Dina flew here to Poland but is not competing tonight. So the meeting record, well, it's a rather impressive one. I'm not sure we'll see an extra one added in this race. 10.66 by Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price of Jamaica a couple of years ago. But 3 Olympic finalists go here. And all eyes on Swoboda in lane 5. There she is, real powerhouse. She's a tremendously quick starter. Look for her to probably lead at halfway, and then maybe to get run down. Can she stay ahead, though, to send everyone home on a high? With Mondo, of course, 2 more attempts at that world record in the vault to come. Well, a really good start from Tamari Davis there, 4th from right. Swoboda's got some running to do here yet. I don't think she's going to win this one. Really good running on the near side too from Tia Clayton. Tia Clayton takes it there on the near side, I think. Probably the shortest athlete in the race and the youngest at 20. The Jamaican in lane 8, I think, just nicked that. 10.81. Well, it is super fast. That's the 5th fastest time in the world this year. And for Clayton, it is indeed a new lifetime best by a pretty big chunk. 10.83 she's given, in fact, but it is nonetheless a lifetime best. Swoboda didn't get her usual bullet start from lane 5. Wasn't able to get the blood up for
the athletes enter the stadium. They'd have ticked over from the semi-final to the final, kept themselves warm, had a chit-chat with their coaches, and Elaine Thompson-Hera, the Jamaican, will start in lane number 4. She's never won an individual Commonwealth Games gold medal. She's never won an individual Commonwealth medal of any colour, Elaine Thompson-Hera. And in just a few moments' time, she'll line up with 7 other athletes from the Commonwealth to try and change that statistic. Representation, of course, across all of the nations. The fastest women in the Commonwealth are ready to rock and roll. Can England's Daryl Neita win a gold medal? Can Thompson Hira win the gold medal? Will it be Nigeria's night? The Bahamas, St. Lucia. Here's your start list. The women's 100-metre final start list, lanes 1 to 8. And the whole of Alexander Stadium are anticipating fire here this evening. Super fast times were done in qualifying. Only one athlete went under the 11-second barrier. That was England's Daryl Neita. The fastest qualifier will start in lane number 5. Well, the pyrotechnics go off. Natalia White of Jamaica, 10.97 seconds this year, qualified with 11.17 seconds in the semi-final. The 24-year-old will line up in lane number 1. In lane number 2 for the Bahamas, Tynia Gaither, a semi-finalist at the Olympics last year, also ran 11.17 seconds in the semi-final. The Bahamas being represented in lane number 2. In lane number 3 for Nigeria, Rosemi Chukwuma, Commonwealth Relay bronze in 2018, 10.99 seconds at her best, just outside 11 seconds to qualify for this semi-final. Lane 4, Elaine Thompson-Hira, the fastest woman alive, 5 times an Olympic champion. She starts in lane 4. A huge roar for Daryl Neita of England in lane number 5. The fastest qualifier, 10.90 seconds. The second fastest British woman of all time. Starts next to Thompson-Hira in 5. In lane 6, Julian Alfred of St. Lucia. Second fastest in qualifying for this final, 11.04 seconds. 10.81 at her best. Lane 7, Zoe Hobbs of New Zealand, a semi-finalist at the recent World Championships in Oregon. 11.15 to qualify for this final, just shy of her lifetime best. And completing the lineup in this women's 100-metre final, she'll start in lane number 8, Grace Unwo Oku-Ocha, the Nigerian national champion. 11.06 in the semi-final, 10.97 at her best. So the women's 100-metre final, White, Gaither, Chukwuma, Thompson-Hira, Neita, Alfred, Hobbs, Unowacha of Nigeria. Silence falls across the Alexander Stadium. The final event here at 9:45 here in the UK. And will it end with gold for Jamaica or England or Nigeria? 8 athletes, 1 race, 1 Commonwealth gold medal. Absolute silence.
Set.
Well, it's a clean start, it's a pretty even start as well. The Nigerian going well in lane number 3. Thompson-Hira, though, the Jamaican running well in lane number 4. Elaine Thompson-Hira takes the gold medal here in Birmingham. 10.95 seconds. The 5-time Olympic champion, the 100 and 200 metre champion in Rio and Tokyo at the Olympic Games, the athlete that had never won an individual Commonwealth medal.
Hello guys, I hope you've just watched that full video. So guys, think about Sherika Jackson. Her race was not perfect. The start wasn't exactly what you would want, and the competition was strong, but when the pressure increased, Jackson did something Jamaican fans have been seeing before. She fought back. She refused to disappear when the race became difficult, and that is where the story gets interesting, because in sprinting, sometimes the athlete who looks strongest at the beginning isn't the one standing tallest at the finish. The track doesn't care about a reputation. The clock doesn't care about prediction. When that gun goes off, everything changes. And then there is Tia Clayton at only 20 years old. She has already produced a lifetime best of 10.83 seconds in 100 meters. Now ask yourself, if she is already running that fast at this stage of her career, what happens when she gets stronger, more experienced, and more comfortable under pressure? That is the question Jamaican sprinting fans should be asking, because Jamaican has done this before. Usain Bolt didn't become a legend overnight. Shelley Ann Fraser-Pryce didn't build her legacy in one race. Elaine Thompson-Herah didn't become a champion simply because people expected her to. They stepped onto the track and proved it. And now, a new generation is watching those legends and asking a completely different question. Why can't we do it too? The mentality could be more important than any ranking. Look at Elaine Thompson-Herah in Commonwealth Games performance. Experience, confidence, and compassion came together when it mattered most. And that is something statistics can never fully measure. You can have the fastest time, you can have the biggest reputation, you can have everyone predicting that you will win, but none of that matters when the pressure arrives, because the finish line doesn't care who you were yesterday. It only cares who you are in that moment. And perhaps that is the secret behind Jamaica's resilience. The athletes aren't simply running against their opponents. They are running against expectation. They are running against pressure. They are running against the weight of legendary history. Yet instead of being intimidated by the names that came before them, they seem to use those names as fuel. That is why writing Jamaica off could be a dangerous mistake. Sherika Jackson has shown the fight. Tia Clayton is showing the potential. Elaine Thompson-Herah has shown that experience can do. And somewhere behind them, another young Jamaican is watching of all this and thinking, my turn is coming. So maybe the real question isn't whether Jamaican sprinting is finished. Maybe the real question is, what if Jamaica's next chapter has already begun? Because the name may change, the competitor may change, the era may change, but the fighting sprint remains. And whenever Jamaican steps onto the track, remember one thing: never count Jamaica out. Never count it out. If you want, I can also make this more dramatic and emotional for a 10 minutes